Hey again. So today's video is obviously, as the title says, I'm gonna be talking about the 5 things to do over the summer before year 12. So before you start sixth form. I know that a lot of people are gonna be starting sixth form in September. Um, so you've got some time, and I feel like it's really important to just kind of prepare a little bit, not not like do too much work before starting because that's gonna burn you out and also put you off school. Um, but I feel like just doing like little bits um every day, every few days, every couple of days is gonna benefit you a lot. So um yeah, so it's important to prepare for your A levels before you start them, like because it can, it will give you like a taster um for your subjects. You'll know what to expect. It's not going to be like a big shock to you. um like because obviously GCSEs and A levels are very different, and I definitely felt that like big step up. GCSEs are easy compared to A levels, like, and even and this is going to sound so weird because when you're doing GCSEs, like, oh, I've got like 10, 11 subjects I'm doing, depending on your school. And, I'm doing so many subjects, and how am I going to revise for them? And it's stressful, like when mocks come and stuff like that. And, you might think, oh, A levels, I'm only doing 3 subjects, 4 subjects, so it's going to be easier. But that is not true. Because one, those subjects are, you're doing them in much more detail, which means that, you know, it's the same. It's like multiple GCSEs combined into one. Um, so there's a lot more content for every subject that you do, which means it's in a lot more depth, a lot more detail. So it's definitely harder. That's why I feel like just by skimming over some of the content that you're gonna do, that you're gonna start in September, it will definitely give you like a head start into it. Um, so number one, um, I feel like if you need to skim over, the textbooks or the revision guides or something, um, like just the first few topics before you start school. Um, Now I'm not asking you to buy something because your school will give you, definitely they'll give you the textbooks or the revision guides like at a great discount. Like um so for example, my school, they gave us the textbooks, so we had to pay like this deposit, so they technically gave us the textbooks for free, and we have to give them back at the end of year 13, I think. So yeah, and the revision guides were, they weren't free. Yeah, we got them at a discount, but they were definitely like, let's say biology textbooks for like £20 on Amazon. Our school gave them like a whole bundle for 15. So it was, you definitely do save money. So that's why please don't buy anything right now, because you can save money later. So just be patient. There's websites that you can go on and get, you can just download the textbooks on your computer, laptop, whatever, and that will, yeah, and just use them. So the website I used was called Z Library. I don't know if it's legal or not, but yeah, so that's the website I used. I downloaded the physics, maths, biology, chemistry textbooks from there, and I think, yeah, so the physics one that I used, we used the same one at school as well, which was, it was a coincidence, but it was really helpful. So yeah, I feel like you can do that. Literally just read the first few pages. It will give you a good idea of what you're going to be studying, and you will definitely feel a difference, as I said earlier, like from GCSE, everything is in a lot more depth, like especially for the sciences. Like if you're, for example, if you were doing cells in biology in GCSE, it was like basic stuff like, oh, mitochondria makes is the what is mitochondria? What does it do? Yeah, it's a site of respiration. Yeah. So in A level, you'll do like mitochondria in a lot more detail. So you learn that it's a double membrane structure, and the stuff that's inside of it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just how it is. You can't do anything about it. Next thing I would say, so this is point two. Watch YouTube videos because they're helpful. Um, Again, it's just it's not really. You can literally just have your snacks or whatever, your evening snacks, and watch a couple YouTube videos on the first few topics um, of your subjects. So what I used, the website, not the websites, the channels I used were Snaprevise and TL Maths. I definitely used some more as well, but these were like one of the most helpful ones, let's say. TL Maths was really good. That he the guy really simplifies maths, and it will genuinely stick. So like stuff like logarithms and stuff that it was really hard to get my head around, and I watched the TMS videos like multiple times to like learn it. Because sometimes you won't understand stuff at school, and you will need to go over it at home. That's just how A levels are. Your teacher's not gonna spoon feed you all the time. You have to do stuff by yourself. So yeah, I will definitely recommend that. Yeah, Snap providers for sciences. I'm pretty sure they do other subjects as well, but I use them for sciences. So for biology, they're great. I actually didn't really use them for chemistry and physics, but biology, they're good. Uh, so point number three is use Seneca learning. So during A levels, like during year 12, I didn't use Seneca learning as much. Like during GCSEs, I used it a lot. Like I had like this isn't a flex, but I had like 300 hours on it, or maybe 400. I had like crazy amount of hours on it. This was just year 11, so it was a really helpful website. Actually, I'll do a video for year 11 as well, because I've got some tips for you. Um, so yeah, just use Seneca Learning before you start school. Like you can again, if it works for you, you can use it during year 12 as well. Um, but yeah, I'd say if it's for a good head start. You can just um go over the first few topics on Seneca. It's a good interactive website. It doesn't get too boring. It's better than reading a book. That's just how it is. Point number four. As you can tell, I'm losing my voice. I need a hot drink. Apply for summer schools. Okay, it's really annoying me now. Apply for summer schools, essay competitions, look for work experience, part-time job, voluntary work. Do all of this before you start year 12. Because once you start, you're gonna have tests and all of these things all the time. It's gonna be very like it is going to be stressful at the start. You're gonna feel kind of like intimidated because of the change. So I feel like these kind of things, just try and do them before you start school or during the holidays. uh, it will benefit you in the future. Like, I did a summer school last year as well. So when I was going from year 11 to year 12, I did a couple online courses on Coursera. That's a really good website. I think you should definitely try that. Like, let's say you want to go into medicine, you can just go on Coursera and just do a course on anything like the brain, and it will massively help you. It widens your understanding like around your subject. You can put on your personal statement, you can talk about it in interviews, all of that. It will benefit you in so many ways. So just try and start doing it, get into a habit of doing all of this before you start school. And then once you start, it's gonna be, because it's already a habit, it's when you get tests and all of that, like the extra work, it's not going to be too overwhelming. So yeah, definitely do that. um Again, essay competitions, I didn't really do any of those. I think I did the UKMT Maths Challenge. Embarrassingly, I only got like a um certificate of participation on that. Like, yeah. But yeah, I feel like it's good to do those. If you can do the chemistry challenge, the Cambridge Chemistry Challenge, um, whatever. There's so many. Like, I'll definitely like put a link in the description and stuff. So yeah, you don't need to win awards. and being the like get selected for nationals and all of that kind of stuff. Just literally doing it, it gives you a good experience to talk about in the future. Point number 5, and this is the last point, I promise. Actually, no, it's not. Finish your transition work. So what I did was, because I applied to quite a few sixth forms and I couldn't really decide which one I was going to, which meant I started the transition work for all of them and I couldn't finish it in time. Um, so after results day, I had like literally a couple days to like before I started sixth form to finish my transition work, and I kind of rushed it, and you know it was obvious to the teachers as well, so it didn't really impress them much. So definitely, please do your transition work um, little by little every day, because the reason is it's not, you know, I'd say it's not as important because it's not like a test or something, but it is gonna, you know, make a first impression on your subject teacher, so it's definitely important to finish it on time and don't rush it. It's just, yeah. Also, it kind of like it helps you to start like working independently. For example, in my transition work, you know, I had to do like this article review in physics, and I just, you know, read some articles on this topic I really liked, and it did help me, you know, start some independent study and stuff, which is really, again, a really important part of Year 12 and A-level studies. Uh, the bo the bonus point, yeah, so this isn't, it wasn't meant to be in the video, but I added it anyway. It kind of links to my point 5, which is do research around your subjects. So I've kind of spoken about this already in the video, but you know, watch YouTube videos, like about topics that you like. It doesn't have to be like specific to your course that you're doing. So let's say you're doing physics, you could do, you know, Einstein's laws, but that's not necessarily on the specification. It doesn't need to be, you know. You just do work around your subjects. It doesn't have to be specifically um, related to your course. And yeah, it will just, you know, do MOOCs. And you don't have to do extensive amount of work. Just do literally just little amounts and you'll be good. So yeah, again, it's the summer holidays. Please, just, I'm repeating this, don't do too much work. Just do enough to like give you a good idea of what A level is going to be like. You really don't need to do tons of work. The teachers do ease you into your courses. Like they do know that we've had, you know, lockdowns and everything, so they might even go over the GCSE topics, like the really hard ones. That's our teachers did that like for maths at least, I think. So yeah, you'll be good. Don't stress out too much, and yeah, good luck for sixth form.